So, good afternoon, Mr. Luis. My name is Lucas.
Nice to meet
We're
you.
working on a project about the Internet of Things. And I want you to tell me first more about yourself, like what do you work with and what is your experience?
Okay, my name is Luis Roberto, and I'm engineer of control automation. I graduated at University of Minas Gerais, and I code for embedded software since 2004. So I have nearly a decade and a half in development of embedded software that we call firmware for various purposes. Let's say vehicle tracking, miners tracking inside subterranean mining fields, passengers counting, telematics media, and recently I was contracted by FCA Latam, that is the Fiat Chrysler automobile, for basically I'm the developer responsible for the whole parking ultrasonic sensors solution for the all Latam countries.
João Lucas, espera, essa parte vai cortar. Vira o celular pro outro lado, que aí pega melhor o áudio. Mas pode continuar. Depois o Casimiro corta isso. Aí.
So, first things first, what is your relation with the Internet of Things?
Well, I guess it came from the coding of the solutions, the embedded solutions. When you talk about control and automation and the coding of embedded firmware, you couldn't extrapolate of how this coding could provide us better lives. How this coding could abstract us from the mundane tasks that we are forced to do every day. Like when you are arriving at your home and you're wondering, oh, what I will have for lunch, what I have for dessert, and what I will have for dinner, and I couldn't mind of anything. And suddenly your cell phone identifies the food you like, identifies based on the path that you're taking home, what are the supermarkets that have suitable foods of your taste. It can also, by internet, starting, let's say, heating the oven for you. It will either check your food storage, your refrigerator, to see what you have there. If it's interesting for you to either have lunch at home, either order something. So that's the kind of things that you could have with Internet of Things. That's something that I enjoy the most. Let's say automating these mundane tasks. It provides us better time with our families, better time for our personal projects. It provides us a better quality of life, if you think that way.
So people spend less time doing this complicated things that your coding automatically do for you, so then your life gets better and easier.
It's not complicated, it's the unfunny stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, what I wanna order? Nah. I arrive at home and open your refrigerator, no. It abstracts us from these things. It makes our lives more enjoyable.
That's great. What do you think is the greatest advantage of the Internet of Things above all other technologies that you think?
I think it's basically the distributed processing. Because in the past we have this idea of centralized processing units, huge supercomputers, huge databases, huge structures, thermal control to avoid that these machines burn itself, essentially. And when you have this distributed processing, you have either a larger scalability of the solution, since you can always commit another node to do these things for you. We have a better security, since if one node suddenly pops out of the net, you can charge the processing to another unit, and I think it's more robust this way. If you don't have one single centralized unit that do all the things, it will be better for our life in general. At vehicles, for instance, you don't have one simple ECU, that is the central processing unit, that does the various tasks that make your car work. You have a specific ECU for a specific task, that if this ECU suddenly doesn't malfunction or don't respond at time to the network, you have another ECU that can identify this and provide you with the information that you need in order to either correct the issue or, let's say, stop driving. If your ECU that controls the airbag simply stops responding, the vehicle has an obligation, a regulatory obligation, to warn you, your airbag functions is not working. Please stop your car, go to the dealer to rectify, go to mechanical. So it's more safer this way. If you have one simple ECU working this feature and the airbag stops working, but the ECU stops working, who will warn you that you don't have airbags?
So,
no one.
Yeah, basically.
Only the crash.
Yeah. Basically, like the Internet of Things make the world safer.
Yes, it makes it safer. It's more responsive. It's more scalable. It has several advantages for granted just by the topology. You don't have a huge investment to gain this benefit.
Do you think the Internet of Things is already taking parts in your lives here in Brazil specifically?
Unfortunately, in Brazil, not. No. We have a long history of only doing things when they are either regulatory or economically, let's say, interesting. If it, other than this way, it was not implemented. In foreign markets, we have a much greater concern about quality, about security. If, let's say, a content has to be implemented in a vehicle, they simply say, yes, put it on. Yes, it's good. It will be more, the vehicle will sell more. It will be more appealing to the people. Here, no, we will have I had to do it.
Bureaucratic.
Yes. It's more bureaucratic. It's not. It don't make the market work. It don't make the cog of the market work.
So, based on this question, where do you think the Internet of Things is going to be most successful? Like, for example, some places in Europe or some places in America, like specific places or cities?
Cities that are more aligned with either the well-being of his citizens or have more concerns about the quality of life, about security, will thrive more in this Internet of Things. They will put more money in that, and this will provide the speeding up of these, let's say, features reaching the common people. Here in Brazil, just recently we have seen some bus stops with the signs that identify to the people what bus is coming
and when.
And when, that's more important. A friend of mine has worked in a very interesting feature that is deeply rooted in the Internet of Things. He has devised an app that you can specify the bus lines that you are taking. The case it's most oriented for blind people. When the cell phone identify when you are arriving at a bus stop that has a certain device, and by this device connected to the normal internet, it receives some info about when this line is approaching. So the cell phone can collect the line that you are willing to take, communicate with this device. This device has the information of when your bus is coming, when other possible buses are coming, and it provides you with the information, auditory information for the blind people. Oh, your bus will arrive shortly. Your bus will arrive in 20 minutes, let's say. It is a great quality of people, of life to the blind people.
Yeah.
It all comes down to nothing due to a change of the political part of the city that was to be implemented.
Yeah.
It was let's say it was a needed upgrade to the part of the people. And it just comes down to water because of some minor bureaucratic issue. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. If you could have a choice between like a normal house, you could live in a normal house, and to live in a fully automated one, which one would you choose, and why?
That's a tricky question. I also have made let's say a great interest in, let's say, not about the hacking itself, about the consequences and how to avoid the hack. If you have a fully automated house, you're essentially are not in control of all the functions of your house. So if you don't have a really robust and secure firewall, that house can turn into a death trap to you. But if you have this concern well addressed, living in a fully automated house can provide us with one of the best quality of life that you can have. You can identify, for instance, when your son is coming to the kitchen, when the burners are on, and it will shut down the burners. So your son can't, let's say, burn itself. It's good to have this type of security to live. Let's say the example that I provide, you can you don't have to worry about what you will have for dinner. So I would choose to live in a fully automated house if the security concerns are well treated.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Is there like any job that you think could be created with the Internet of Things coming to our lives?
Yes, plenty of jobs. We need to have system integrators. We need to have developers. We need to have developers devoted to this thing specifically. You need to have system integrators that will check if each part is talking seamlessly to each other. You have performance evaluators. You have quality engineers to verify if this system is suitable to live in that. Let's say inside a fully automated house. You need to have cyber security specialists to verify if the system is secure. I can see I can fathom all sorts of jobs, applicable jobs coming in the near future.
Yes. What is your opinion about applying that kind of technologies in schools?
Since if it's a trend into the future, you can't be blind not to bring this to school. You need to provide for the people that will implement this in the future advancements in the school. They need to have to be in touch with this technology. They need to have to introspect this technology and make it
part of their life.
Yes, part of our lives. Cell phones now are part of our lives. They don't are part of my childhood. It's on landline phones and just that. We don't. I came from a time that we don't have neither CD. Now CD is obsolete.
Yes.
It's only all the things are solved by YouTube, Netflix, the other one, Spotify. And if all that fails, it's just a simple flash drive.
Yeah. That is a great thing that we're doing another project about the Uberization of the things. Like the Uberization is like
Uber food,
yes,
Uber
it's
Eats, and Uber.
to the how do you say that?
The
Like,
Calma aí que a gente vai gravar de novo. Eu tive uma ideia, tá estourando meu braço.
Essa foi uma ótima ideia.
Nossa.
Como é que fala terceirização?
Não sei, eu sei que meu cafezinho também deve estar esfriando.
Essa é boa, terceirização.
É porque a gente tá fazendo um projeto de uberização do trabalho. Então, tipo assim, que o futuro vai ser tudo uberizado. O que significa uberizado? Tudo terceirizado. Você não vai... que nem você vai conseguir ouvir sua música no tempo que você quiser. Já tem isso, Spotify. Você vai pegar o carro sem precisar ter um Uber. Então, tipo assim, tudo vai ser terceirizado. Tudo vai ser mais fácil.
Ah, então vou te contar uma que você vai adorar. Vou te contar uma que você vai adorar. Da impressora 3D.
É uma boa.
Impressora 3D é uma boa.
Não, a impressão 3D é uma tendência que eu olho, viu? Nossa, é uma coisa que...
Eu vou te contar o que... Vou contar na entrevista. O que o criador da impressora 3D previu?
Então eu vou perguntar de novo.
A terceirização, não sei como é que é. Eu não sei como é que é o termo.
Como você vê a ligação da uberização à internet das coisas? Perguntei isso, aí você fala da impressora 3D.
Pode ir?
Uhum.
So, how do you see the relation between the Uberization of the work and the Internet of Things?
Let's say you can have the Internet of Things. It can provide us with all sorts of, let's say, abstraction of these mundane things. Either working, you can have you can contract people on the run to do a specific job for you. You can contract the Uber to provide you food. Even small things like small appliances, let's say spoons, cloth hangers. The creator of the 3D printer, it has foresee the collapse of the distributive goods of the world. And so he has, let's say, theorized the following. You don't buy cloth hangers. You buy a 3D printer and you access the, let's say you like IKEA cloth hangers, or you like Mesbla cloth hangers, or you like a John Doe cloth hangers that you saw on the internet. You buy the 3D print object of him and you print at home your cloth hangers.
You customize.
Yes, not only customize, you don't have to go out of home, go to a store and buy a cloth hanger. It's a modern thing, a cloth hanger. You print a cloth hanger to you. That's let's say it's either robust or has your name embroidered in it, whatever. But
you can do anything.
Yeah, you can do anything. We have all sorts of 3D printers now. We have titanium 3D printers. We have metal 3D printers. We have jelly 3D printers to do artistic finishings at your drink. You have a pizza 3D printer. Yeah. A guy in the United States sold to NASA let's say it's of a contest. He sold his idea of a 3D printer to NASA because the astronauts of the International Space Station are sick of eating common food. They would like to eat pizza.
They can just print it.
Yeah. By the way, the guy make the project for, if I recall correctly, $1,020,000 and sold it to NASA for $600. Nice project.
Yeah, it's a great project. Do you think the games industry, the video games industry, will be the most affected by the Internet of Things?
I quite don't. Let's say one thing I can see from Internet of Things is Pokemon Go. But since Pokemon Go don't go so well, I don't see a forcible feature that way. We have another great exponents. If I'm not mistaken, the League of Legends has a base that you buy some minifigures that you put that in it and perform some functions.
Yeah.
I see more things coming this way than in that than of the like Pokemon Go. I see more customized things like that. By the way, but I see something very incipient of this. I don't see much at this way. I see much more, let's say, things like Steam. Oh, Steam is the guy that running Steam now is like the Uncle Scrooge in money. He's swimming in money.
Yeah.
He's swimming in money. And something trivial. He just run the server and let's see, devise some upgrades. Otherwise, it just spends money.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots
No
of
costs, it just
money. Yes, it's very, very, very low cost.
Yeah. Do you think some technologies? Yeah. Mensagem no pai. Mensagem no pai.
Você pode dar que a gente já tem 20 minutos de vídeo.
A última.
Tá, ok.
Agora é sobre aquelas tecnologias que eu falei dos filmes. Do you think some technologies that appear in films such as Star Wars, Star Trek, and even superhero films could one day happen? And if yes, when do you think they can be created?
That's a very, very, very interesting question, and that's a very, very, very long answer because we have so much in sci-fi. Let's say I see some approaches of developing a tricorder, a medical tricorder, much like of the Star Trek. That is a portable device that is capable of performing several diagnostics at once that you can buy at home. That's a huge application of Internet of Things.
You don't need to go to the med.
Yeah. It don't make, let's say, all the diagnostics of a medical tricorder. A medical tricorder can even detect if you have brain aneurysm. Not like that. Not in the near future. Not in my and I feel not in your lifespan. But we see something coming this way. I think my grandson can most certainly have this at home. For simple things like measuring your temperature, checking if you have a fever or not, see if your electrolytes are normal, your cholesterol level, some simple tests like that. Other technologies, let's say military technologies, we have seen the United States Navy is performing some experiences with an autocannon. Autocannon is essentially a magneto-induced cannon that accelerates a lump of iron to subarelativistic speeds. It can use a fuse that's essentially a pin of this size, half kilograms, to let's say 0.1 times the speed of light. It has the same destructive power of the most powerful cannons up to date. And it doesn't use any kind of fossil fuels. No, just electricity. And since we have the huge carriers from the United States, they essentially have thermal, they have nuclear reactors. So power is not an issue to them. In the field of automotive, we have plans to have the fully automated drive vehicle.
Yeah,
without steering wheel, without pedals of any sort. It's essentially a table where you sit, drink tea.
And you go where you
go wherever you have to go. We have these things coming to us. I'm not being nihilistic, but I don't see this coming. But my son will. My son will certainly have one of this car.
Yeah.
That's something that he can. I can grasp the future where he will be, let's say, like a cup of tea.
Yes. It will be like normal, you know.
Yes. It's something that will be more common. Let's say in the fields of physical augmentation, Japan is already performing tests in prototypes to commercial exoskeletons to improve the lifting force of workers.
Yeah.
They are let's say, creating something so that the common lifter.
Yeah, they don't have problems with
Yes,
that. Like lifting weights.
yes, that's something that will come to the common people.
Yeah.
People that literally work lifting, let's say,
Yeah.
sacks of grains
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for the interview. It was very
My
good.
pleasure.
Yeah, we like learned lots of things and curiosities. That's great for our job. So, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.